Hi everyone, I'm Luke from Hipshipper, the service that helps online businesses jumpstart their worldwide sales by providing risk-free international shipping that boosts sales and profits. Now without further ado, let's get started. In this video I'll give you some background about international shipping and explain why you should start shipping internationally now if you're not already doing so. I'll tell you about the advantages that Hipshipper offers and how we can increase your profits compared to leading alternatives. And I'll share insights into our unique offer for risk-free international shipping. I'll describe our automated workflow so you can get a sense of the order cycle and what it's like to interact with our platform. And we'll go over Hipshipper's customer service commitments and the actions we take to protect your seller accounts. We are super seller-centric and obsessed with your success. And I'll tell you all about that shortly. This video is an overview of Hipshipper's service. We have additional videos that explain each of the subtopics in depth, as well as some other topics. You can check those out on our YouTube channel. Now let's dive in. Hipshipper was founded in 2017 when our founders, Jonathan and Yochai, saw an opportunity to provide a superior international shipping experience that on one hand creates bigger profits for sellers who currently ship with eBay GSP, and on the other hand can address and solve the reservations of sellers who do not ship internationally at all by eliminating both the risk and the hassle of international shipping and making the whole international sale experience almost identical to the domestic one. When the founders started their e-commerce journey, the year was 2006, and they were in the digital camera business. It's hard to remember now that we've all got amazing cameras on our phones, but back then, digital cameras were selling like hot potatoes. Over the years, our company grew vertically and horizontally, and we built a solid e-commerce business selling a wide variety of items, from electronics to fashion, accessories, and more. And for all these items, we did our own international shipping from our warehouse in New York. In 2017, we started looking into alternatives for international shipping. We researched the eBay marketplace and compared our costs to the costs of other retailers who shared their data with us. And what we found was very surprising. While international sales accounted for about 20 to 25% of our business, the average percentage for retailers using eBay Global Shipping was only 5 to 10%. In other words, our international shipping solutions were yielding 2 to 3 times more sales when compared to eBay's Global Shipping program. That fascinating finding is what led to the creation of Hipshipper. In our first year, we worked mainly with sellers that had experience with international shipping. They were using eBay's Global Shipping program and chose to move to Hipshipper to boost their sales and profits. We found a significant demand for our service, and we're super grateful for having earned the trust of over 1,000 eBay sellers that partnered with us during this time. But during that same year of operation, we realized that many sellers are not ready to jump into the water yet because they're still intimidated by or concerned about international shipping. So for them, we developed an across-the-board solution that combines our fanatic commitment to seller satisfaction with our unique offer of free international returns and gives sellers the ability to expand globally with confidence and guidance. I'll talk more about both of those soon, but in the meantime, let's take a look at international commerce more generally and why it's a must for any online retailer. Cross-border e-commerce is growing at twice the rate of domestic, nearly 25% year over year. 40% of eBay.com visitors are from outside the US, which means if you're not selling internationally, you are missing a huge number of potential customers. And if you get in now, before other sellers start shipping internationally, you'll also have less competition, which means more sales at higher margins. We understand why sellers are concerned about returns and hassles of international shipping, and that's why we developed a risk-free option for sellers where we pay for all international returns, no questions asked. That's not an error, you heard correctly. No matter why the customer wants to return the item, we, Hipshipper, pays for the return shipping. It's a really unique offer that saves you all the expense of returns and international shipping and basically makes international sales a more profitable channel than domestic. So why are sellers choosing Hipshipper over the alternatives? How does Hipshipper create more sales, bigger profits, and a risk-free experience for the eBay seller community? I can answer these questions and more by comparing our service to the most common service on the eBay platform, eBay's Global Shipping program. Hipshipper allows you to make money on the shipping itself, unlike GSP, which prevents you from doing so. With us, you can add a handling fee on top of the shipping price and take significant additional profits on international orders. With Hipshipper, you can ship a wide variety of items to over 100 countries. We impose far fewer restrictions than eBay's GSP, which means you can sell more items to more countries and boost your sales and profits. The next advantage is price. We are almost always less expensive than eBay Global Shipping. The difference might be 20 cents or it might be $20. It varies depending on the item's weight and destination country. But despite our lower prices, we never compromise on quality of service. All our shipments are fully trackable with delivery confirmation, and you also receive free insurance for up to $300 in case anything goes wrong during shipping. Hipshipper's next advantage over eBay Global Shipping has to do with import duties and taxes. Unlike eBay Global Shipping, we do not charge customers import duties and taxes in advance. Not having to lay out all that extra money makes the purchase decision much easier for customers and of course for sellers. That translates to a huge boost in sales. Not pre-charging import duties and taxes is also an advantage for customers. Many customers prefer shipping services that don't pre-charge customs and taxes. Hipshipper offers this item, eBay GSP does not. In many countries, buyers prefer to pay the lowest possible shipping cost, even if it means they'll be charged later. Hundreds of online reviews of GSP claim that the pre-charge taxes were excessive or even happened when no taxes were due at all. With Hipshipper, that will never happen, and you will have more sales because of the lower shipping prices. And best for you sellers, under eBay's policies, import duties and taxes are the buyer's responsibility. So if a customer opens a case or leaves a negative feedback related to import duties and taxes, the case gets closed in your favor and the feedback is removed. As I mentioned earlier, we have a new game-changing solution for sellers that avoided international shipping because of concerns regarding international returns. We remove this pain by providing an option for free international returns. Whatever country, whichever product, for any reason, return shipping costs are on Hipshipper. This is a perfect solution for sellers who currently avoid international shipping because of the fear of expensive returns. Combined with our top-notch seller support, Hipshipper is really able to take all the pain out of international shipping. eBay GSP does not allow consolidation. You ship each package separately to their warehouse, so you pay per package. At Hipshipper, we always look for ways to improve your profitability, and here we do it by helping you reduce costs. With Hipshipper, you can consolidate your orders and ship them all in one single box. Your domestic costs for getting your item to the logistics hub are lower, so you also save money by consolidating. So let's recap. Free international returns, shipping more items to more countries, lower prices, and no pre-charging import duties and taxes. Together, these advantages help sellers boost profits by 100 to 300% compared to eBay GSP. And unlike many other apps with subscriptions, Hipshipper is 100% free. There is no cost for the seller, and all of our costs are absorbed and reflected in the shipping price that is being charged to the buyer. Now let's move on to the order life cycle. Here's how it works on the eBay marketplace. First, we link the Hipshipper application to your eBay account. Then we set up your shipping rate table. For each country, we have a shipping rate that varies according to item weight. So the shipping rate table, which is an eBay feature, gives us a price per country per pound. As the weight rises, so does the shipping price. Since the rate table is based on weight, we make sure every item you sell has its weight listed, and if it's missing, we find out on our own. Next, we adjust your shipping profile and create a new shipping policy for you. And finally, we update all your items from the previous shipping policy to the new one. The domestic shipping settings will stay exactly the same. Remember, this only refers to items sent from the US. Any items shipped from other countries like China are left untouched. The whole process is simple and automated. It takes about 5 minutes to set up, and we've got another video that details the setup process. You can find it on our YouTube channel or in the support section in the control panel. We're here to help in the setup and with any issue later on. We are totally centered around your success. We have tons of experience with eBay sales and running Hipshipper on eBay, so for any problems, just reach out. Now we finished the setup. All of our items have their Hipshipper rates, and now we get our first order. What happens? Well, first we send the order to Hipshipper's address. As you see in the interface, it's the same address for every item, even though the ship to name changes for each order. So you'll send the item to us, or your automated system sends the item to us, and then you or your automated system updates us with the domestic tracking information. Remember, domestic tracking information goes to Hipshipper and not to eBay. Hipshipper creates the international shipping information and updates it to eBay, which means you never update tracking info to eBay at any point. You only update the domestic tracking to Hipshipper. Next, you transfer the shipping costs collected from the buyer to Hipshipper. Working with Hipshipper, you collect the buyer's payment for shipping and we charge you for the shipping costs minus PayPal fees, meaning we cover all transaction-related fees. This is different from eBay's global shipping where they collect the payment from shipping directly for the buyer. This difference also allows you to make profit from the shipping itself. When you set up Hipshipper, you'll see an option to add profit from shipping. You can choose to add a set amount, a few dollars, or add a variable profit, which is when you set it at a percentage value. Once payment is done, we automatically issue the international tracking number and update that number to eBay. We've also got a video that walks through the payments and order life cycle in greater detail, and I encourage you to watch it if you've got more questions about how it works. Or reach out to us via phone, chat, email, or the support ticketing system. So let's quickly review the timeline. An order comes in, you or your automatic system registers it with Hipshipper, and within 24 hours you'll receive the domestic tracking number for the journey from your warehouse to Hipshipper. Next, we charge you for the shipping that you collected from the buyer and immediately issue an international tracking number that is automatically updated by us to eBay. This means that in most cases, your international customer will receive their international tracking info within 48 hours, well before the item has even reached the Hipshipper Logistics Center. Getting the international tracking number to the customer quickly helps you meet your handling time and keep your customers informed. When an item arrives at the Hipshipper Logistics Center, we begin with visual inspection, confirming that it looks as expected or like the item that was actually ordered. For example, if the order was for a small doll and then the item is a giant frying pan, we'll spot it. If necessary, we repackage the item to hold up to the rigors of international shipping. If there's a problem in the shipping process, we let you know by opening a support ticket. Once your item passes visual inspection and repackaging, we ship it to your overseas customer. Speaking of customers, what about customer service? International shipping does have its challenges, so Hipshipper puts significant resources into customer service because it's a major part of how we keep your eBay seller account healthy. A healthy account is first of all one with a good detailed seller rating, DSR. To keep your account healthy, we do everything we can to avoid cases being opened, and where cases are opened, to make sure that they are promptly closed in your favor. If we recognize the slightest possibility that a case won't be closed in your favor, we refund your payment so that you can reimburse your customer and avoid escalation on eBay, and make sure you avoid a case closed without seller resolution determination that can hurt your DSR. A healthy account is also one with as little negative feedback as possible. If you do receive a negative feedback, we use our expertise to have it removed. To help us help you in these issues, we ask you that you inform us as soon as possible about negative feedback, an unhappy customer, or an eBay case. As I mentioned at the outset, you also have a $300 insurance policy, which can be enlarged if needed, and it is very easy to make an insurance claim. Our personnel are highly professional and experienced. They deal with eBay issues every day and are trained to deliver personal service at the highest standards. Once again, we've got a video dedicated to the challenges of international shipping, and we encourage you to watch it because it's important to understand all the challenges of international shipping before starting out. So we're going to end here on an extremely positive note. Hipshipper is completely free. There is no charge to the eBay seller. Everything Hipshipper does for you costs you absolutely nothing. So thank you very much. In the next videos, we'll dive into the details as I walk you through getting started with the service, the payment process, customer service, and notifications. Thanks for your time, and remember that with Hipshipper, your international sales take off. See you soon. We're looking forward to working with you.